In this video, we will be looking at how to use the Crossplot 2D application in GOCAD version 19. In this example, we will plot geochemical samples from drill holes. Specifically, we're going to be plotting titanium oxide versus zirconium to distinguish between mafic, intermediate, and felsic rock types. So open up that Crossplot 2D application. Just make sure you have the right object selected. Then for the x-axis property, we have zirconium. For the y-axis property, I'll select titanium oxide. I'll change the minimum and maximum of my axis. And I'll fix the min and max so that the axes don't readjust when we create regions later on. And I'll do the same thing for my y-axis. I can also select a color property, for example, our geology log, but in this case, we're going to be leaving this blank. You can also show regression lines, for example, y on x, x on y, RMA, weight using color property, and custom line. I'll change the slope to 0.0065, and I'll leave that y-intercept as 0. Now that we're all set up, the goal is to create a region for our felsic rocks. And I'm going to define felsic rocks as any point below this custom line that I just created. So the first step is to turn on our filter. Now this filter is new GOCAD version 19 functionality where you can filter your data on the fly. When I turn that filter on, you'll see that these options for editing polygons are activated. I'll be using the first one, the remove point outside polygon from region. And I'll use my left mouse button to digitize my polygon. And to finish the digitization, I will right click. So you'll see that all the points inside of the polygon are in blue, and that the X, Y, and join statistics have updated to show me the statistics of the data inside of this polygon. Anything outside this polygon are these little gray triangles. If you'd like to edit your filter, you can click on this Edit Filter button. Here you can invert your filter. You can load a filter from filter templates that you've created before. You can add more polygons or you can remove polygons. You can intersect this filter with other queries like property range and property indicator. Here you also have the option to save your filter template so that you can use it later on or on other objects. In this case, I'm happy how it is, so I'll click OK. Once I've edited and played around with my filter and I'm happy with it, I can go ahead and create a region. So that's region 3. Let's take a look at that in the 3D viewer. Now edit the style settings. I'll rename it felsic. Great, let's go back to that Crossplot 2D, and I'll hide that region, and I will also remove that polygon from my filter, so that now we're back to how we started. All of our points are in blue. Now I'll change my custom line slope to 0.015, and I'm going to be creating a region for our intermediate rocks. I'll be defining intermediate rocks as any points that are below this custom line and above this previous polygon that we had created. I'll use the same tool, remove points outside polygon from region. And I'll digitize my polygon. And this might need a little bit of a refresh, so just turn that filter on and off. And once you're happy with it, you can create a region. And I'll just rename that. Let's go back to the Crossplot 2D and hide that region, remove the polygon, and now I'm back to where I started again, and I'm going to be creating a region for our mafic rocks. And I'll define those rocks as any points that are above this custom line. And that might need a refresh again. And once I'm happy with it, I'll create a region. I'll show that region in 3D. I'll rename it. And that's it. We've used the Crossplot 2D application to distinguish between mafic, intermediate, and felsic rocks based on our geochemical data.